What's up, guys? Welcome back to a whole new video. Today I'm going to be doing reaction to an anime video about an anime that took 36 years to release. It looked like a good video, can't lie, because I like anime and I know this video is going to already be good. So let's get right into it.
This is Yaiba Samurai Legend, one of the wildest, most stunning anime I've seen this year. But hold up, how do we even get here? 36 years ago, something wild was happening in the manga world. While Dragon Ball was blowing up and Akira was redefining what anime could be, a young artist named Gosho Ayama dropped his first major series about a jungle-raised samurai kid named Yaiba. This joint was peak 80s shonen energy, talking animals, ridiculous powers, and absolutely zero concern for physics or logic. But here's where it gets crazy. This same dude would later create Detective Conan, aka Case Closed. You know that murder mystery series that's been running for almost 30 years with over 1,000 episodes? Yeah, that. That Detective Conan. But while Conan blew up worldwide, Yaiba got left in the dust with a 1993 anime adaptation that most people outside of Japan have never even seen. Fast forward to 2025, 36 entire years after the original manga debut, and Wit Studio drops the most unexpected remake of all time, Yaiba Samurai Legend. And oh my freaking god, they did not disappoint in the slightest. The studio behind Attack on Titan, Spy X Family, Vinland Saga, and even Vivi Fluorite decided to resurrect this fossil of the series that's literally older than most people watching it. And the craziest part, they didn't modernize it. While other studios are out there completely reassigning characters for remakes, Wit Studio said freak that and kept everything exactly how it was in the 80s. The character designs straight out of 1988. The ridiculous premise untouched. They even brought back the original voice actress for Yaiba, Minami Takayama, who you might know as the voice of Conan himself. When Wit takes on a project, they don't just animate it, they elevate it. So now give me 5 minutes of your time to sell you on why Wit Studio has probably created the best remake of all time. Welcome to the world of Yaiba, a culmination of all the most wild 80s energy thrown into one ridiculous package. This anime looks insane and we're only one episode in. Episode 1 opens up with the most ridiculous premise ever. This little jungle gremlin Yaiba in the wild straight washing a group of gorillas. Not baby gorillas, we're talking full-size King Kong gym buddy type gorillas. And my boy is just destroying them with a wooden sword like it's nothing. In the background we got his dad, Kendra, just chilling with a tiger watching the son get jumped by these apes. Instead of, helping him, we find out that Yaiba and his dad have been living in the jungle for years with a pet tiger and a little birdie friend. Kendra has been training his son to be the world's greatest samurai ever. Cute backstory and all, but the best part is how they get to Japan. They end up getting chased by a group of gorillas, then trapped in a crate of bananas and shipped to Tokyo. I'm dead, bro. Now they break out at the airport and immediately start causing ruckus. Yaiba is fading everyone and everything that he can get his hands on because that's how he was trained. Kendra spots his old rival Raizo, and instead of, a normal introduction, this grown man just announces that they're staying at Raizo's place now. Not asking, telling. And Raizo's just like, yep, this is my life. Like he didn't just get his whole life rearranged in 5 seconds. But hold up, while they're still at the airport, we meet Sayaka, Raizo's daughter. And the moment Yaiba sees her, he goes full on monkey mode because his dad in his infinite wisdom taught him that all girls are beautiful but forgot to mention basic social boundaries. Yaiba immediately starts climbing all over Sayaka like she's a whole jungle gym. And she ain't having it, bro. She straight up points my boy on the head. W Sayaka in the comments. Cause Yaiba already needs to be stopped. They all head to Raizo's house, which is also a dojo full of samurai students. Kenjiro, being the absolute menace that he is, goes around smacking students in the back of the head until one of them finally blocks him. This is Muto, and he's about to become Yaiba's first opponent. So here's the wager. If Yaiba can beat Muto, they can stay and train with the Mind family. Muto is confused at first, like, what is this little kid gonna do to me? But once Yaiba starts swinging, he realizes it's a real duel. This fight is clean. Yaiba and Muto go back and forth with neither being able to land a solid hit. Then Yaiba pulls the wildest move I've seen in a minute. He turns his back to Muto and starts fighting purely off instincts, off training, bro, off the jungle. Muto over there thinking this stupid kid then just leave himself wide open and goes in with a kill, but Yaiba counterattacks, slashes right through Muto's sword handle and sends this man flying into the ceiling. Everyone's jaw is on the floor except for Kendro's, who's too busy getting wasted on Raizo's beer. The next day, Yaiba wakes up and his dad is gone. He left a note saying, stepping out for a bit, be back soon. Hey, I ain't know Kendro was black. That probably explains the wigs. But Yaiba's used to this. His dad would leave him alone in the jungle for weeks at a time. This kid's childhood was absolutely insane. Fast forward a little bit through the day and Yaiba wants to go to school with Sayaka. She tries to scare him saying the school is full of monsters, but my boy gets excited. A menace, bro. He's a menace. He's like, I'll protect you from the monsters, which makes her blush a little bit. Okay, Yaiba is. This man really has no concept of normal society and I'm here for it. At school, Sayaka's friends think he's the most adorable thing ever. He's climbing all over them, fondling these girls' paws, and they're loving it. I'm not even going to try to explain why this was acceptable in 80s anime, but it's absolutely hilarious now. But finally we get to the main event. Yaiba meets Onimaru. This dude looks like Mr. Clean went to Russia for 5 days and came back, bro. Bald head, intense eyes, and a serious love for animals, specifically birds. Yaiba sees a wooden sword at Onimaru's dojo and grabs one, but immediately Onimaru appears behind him. First time anyone has even snuck up on Yaiba without him sensing their presence. Yaiba wants to do it, but Onimaru is not interested in fighting someone so beneath his skill level. When Yaiba swings anyway, Onimaru effortlessly dodges and knocks the sword straight out of Yaiba's hand with one precise counter. The gap in their skill level is massive, and that's the beginning of what's clearly going to be the central rivalry of the show. The episode even opens with a flash forward showing these two fighting with elemental swords, with the fate of the world on the line. They go from practice swords to world-ending power. That's the kind of progression I'd love to see, and I can't wait to see how he got to that point. Episode 1 sets up a show that knows exactly what it is: pure, unfiltered fun. The animation is godlike, the characters are ridiculous in the best way, and the whole thing feels like it was made by people who genuinely enjoy what they're doing. Okay, episode 2 takes this wholesome jungle gremlin energy from episode 1 and cranks the insanity down to 11. Yaiba is still hella mad about getting embarrassed by Onimaru in the first fight, so he decides it's time for a rematch. I need my kid back. But does he challenge Onimaru like a normal person? No. This little demon decides to go full on Home Alone mode on Onimaru. He sneaks into Onimaru's training area and steals his equipment, his helmet, his wooden sword, all of it, to lure this man into a series of death traps. And I'm not even exaggerating, bro, death traps. The first trap Yaiba sets up is this whole
こんにちは、千秋と言います。第13区高等学校の学生で
whole ass crossbow rig to fire automatically when Onimaru walks by. This ain't some prank. If Onimaru hadn't noticed and dodged at the last second, we'd be watching his funeral in episode 3. This man Yaiba tried to murder someone over a sparring match, but it gets worse. Yaiba lures Onimaru onto a rooftop with his helmet just sitting there, looking all innocent and young. When Onimaru reaches for it, boom, the roof falls in beneath him. Onimaru manages to grab his helmet but falls exactly where Yaiba wanted him. A deep pit straight out of Looney Tunes. Once Onimaru is in this hole, Yaiba dumps a ton of basketballs and soccer balls on top of it. And at first I thought, okay, that's kind of funny, but then I realized the balls are there to keep Onimaru from climbing out. Meanwhile, Yaiba's bird friend from the jungle is somehow being a menace too. This bird breaks into Onimaru's bird cage and terrorizes his pet birds, traumatizing these poor little creatures that Onimaru clearly loves. But somehow Onimaru escaped the death trap, which the show doesn't really explain, and finally confronts Yaiba for their rematch. But even after all these traps, Yaiba still can't beat Onimaru in a fair fight, so what does the little monkey do? Jump. He doesn't play fair like in their first fight. He uses his agility and their environment to his advantage. I'm talking about my boy jumping wall to wall, car to car. They almost slaughtered this elderly couple. Yaiba wants the win so bad. He starts throwing wooden planks at this man and then goes in for the final blow. And guess what that final blow is? He bites Onimaru's cranium. Clean little nibble along with a smooth weave and a head bonk that takes Onimaru out the game. And this is the final straw for Onimaru. After being stolen from, nearly killed multiple times, having his birds traumatized, and now being bitten, he's had enough. He stumbles upon this mysterious sword, and the moment he grabs it, he starts transforming into some kind of demon? The episode ends with Demon Onimaru about to unleash unholy vengeance on Yaiba, and honestly, I'm rooting for him at this point. This has to be the only anime where I'm watching this like, please beat the absolute crap out of our protagonist. This show is the perfect blend of old school 80s anime chaos with that modern Mob Psycho 100 animation style. It feels like a modern shonen anime mixed with Tom and Jerry cartoon violence, and animated with Wit's god-tier talent, so please, go watch Yaiba. I hope I sold you on it so far, and I love making these videos for you guys. With that being said, I hope you ran into Yaiba outside.
Yeah. Well, that was watched the video. That's definitely a cool anime that I'll be checking out. I got to see what platform it shows on, but yeah, that's definitely a good anime, and the animation is really good. So I'll definitely be checking that out, and a good story too. So yeah, if y'all like the video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.